I don't think yet Israeli settlers can move into the region in the sense of the realpolitik of Israel or the geopolitics. That is to say, this would be a massive provocation for the Europeans that Israel would regret in terms of it would massively increase the pressure that European governments were under in order to do something about the situation. The Israeli perspective is something that Israel could tolerate in terms of international pressure, and therefore I don't think practically no that it could happen. However, in terms of Israel's military control of Gaza, we have seen a sense of settlement in the sense that some of the IDF personnel have sort of set up camp in Gaza in what, in a sense, are mini settlements. They're not outposts in the West Bank sense, but they are not just bare military encampments either. And so I suppose that is to say that Israel has been testing the limit of what it can get away with in that sense. I do see that if Israel is able to normalize this current program of extermination and it is able to continue with it for much longer, that there may come a point where it will, the Israeli regime, be able to do some kind of more concrete settlement of Gaza. Yes, I do envisage that. Speaking about the percentage of control, I think Israel has already got what they call, freedom of operation along across most of Gaza now. I don't think it's 35%. I think it's the vast majority of the strip in terms of how much resistance it will face as it goes into different zones. I think the amount of resistance it faces is now substantially reduced and really so little that it has a lot of freedom of movement across the territory, and it's been able to use the ongoing war as an excuse to create these new arterial roads that will allow it to quickly assert a presence into particular zones by slicing up the Gaza Strip with those military access roads. The fake humanitarian program that it set up as well further entrenches that by increasing the footprint that is set up in Gaza. So, in this sense, I think the trajectory is to further suffocate the population, to further have it move into ever shrinking population zones, spatial zones. If it's able to continue doing that, maybe with some humanitarian buy off, that is to say, to allow some, let's say, World Food Program, some accesses. We may see a situation where parts of the north, for example, are settled by outposts in what's more like a West Bank setup.